Hello everyone at Truck Central, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to show you and break down what we've done here to our 97 OBS. Decided, hey, we got a lot of race cars, we need something for the street that we can have some fun with. It's Texas, we need a truck. So we started looking at C10s first, and then some of our buddies at Gas Monkey were like, no, you guys gotta get an OBS, they're the new hotness. So we're like, okay, we found this one from our buddy SW down at Elite Motorsports. He sold it to us and the project began. So let's start at the very beginning of what we decided to do with this. So one of the first questions we asked ourselves is, what are we going to put in this for an engine? We started searching the web, looking for anything GM, just trying to find something cool, and this is what we decided on right here. So this is a 2018 L83 with the 6-speed automatic transmission. We found this, it was a pullout out of a 2018 truck that, leaving GM, the train derailed and totaled all the trucks on there, and we got this drivetrain. So it has 8 miles on it. We got the computer, the radiator here, the engine, transmission, some of the fuel stuff, as much as we could get from the scrapyard we got, and that's where we started. So then we started thinking, how are we going to get all this mated up? We started this project about 1.5 years ago, and there wasn't a lot of LT stuff. There still isn't, but there's starting to be more on the market for swapping LTs. At the beginning though, it was pretty much, hey, let's figure this out. So, you know, we just kind of started with the computer and then rewired almost everything on this truck. It's completely mated so that the gauges, we wanted everything to work. So the gauges, the check engine light, everything works as if this engine came factory in the truck. And that was quite a challenge. One of the guys here, Joseph Potak, took him about 1.5 months to get this truck completely wired up to where everything functions. And let me tell you, this thing drives like it came factory this way. It's quite amazing. I mean, down to when you pull it into gear, showing you where drive and neutral is. I mean, that stuff sounds pretty simple, but wiring wise, that was not easy to do in this truck. And we got a lot of parts from Dirty Dingo to swap this stuff, as well as Dakota Digital. They were able to help out quite a bit on the electronics and at least get us some pieces where we needed them so we could wire it in ourselves and get it all going properly. So it's pretty much done. I mean, as far as the swap's concerned, we still have a little bit of work to do on the AC and everything to get that up and running. But as far as the engine swap, I mean, it's in here. We've driven it around quite a bit, probably put 200 miles-ish on it so far. We made this intake and everything kind of the last minute thing. You know, I'd like something a little cleaner at the end of the day, but at least it looks good for now. But yeah, so from here on, we want to get this thing dynoed like this, the stock setup. We have headers already made for it, but then we have the stock manifolds on there to see that first original power number. Then we're going to swap to the headers that we had built at RST Motors. So, and that kind of gets us into the chassis work of what RST did. Basically, we started with an Elevated Concepts kit that was the aftermarket A-arms in the front and the 4-link kit in the rear, and we took it to RST Motors. He got all that installed, and we noticed the chassis was still a lot more flexible than we'd like, so we took it back to him. He went ahead and boxed the entire chassis in here. We also have Elevated Concepts center cross brace here in the middle, and it helps a lot with strength. This truck is stiff now. It's awesome. So we went with that whole setup. Coilover wise, we went with some QA1 mod series coilovers. They're fully adjustable, just what we wanted on this truck. We want to be able to take it to the drag strip. We want to take it on autocross. I really want to take it on Circuit of the Americas. I mean, come on, we're here in Austin, Texas. We got Circuit of the Americas right down the street. Tell me it wouldn't be something more American than seeing this ripping down the back straight at, you know, 130, 140 miles an hour. I don't know what it'll do. I guess it'll depend on the modifications at that point, but that'll be one American sight to see. So anyway, the chassis work all complete, got the coilovers on there. RST went ahead and fabricated us the exhaust all the way out the back too while he had it, and painted the frame so it all looked ultra clean. When we got it back, we could drop the bed on it and start getting things adjusted. And that's what leads me to this ride height here. So we worked on this for a little while. Every time we kept settling the truck, it wouldn't be perfect. And this is kind of what we settled on. We like it here. It will go lower and higher, but with those adjustable coilovers, of course, but we liked where it sits right here. So we had the headers made and everything, and we're going to put them on as soon as we dyno it with the factory manifolds. So we'll get the stock headers on there. We're of course going to do heads cam on this engine. And then after that, we have big plans, but we're going to go ahead and keep those on the low for now. So when we do the heads cam swap on this, we don't want to go with anything too crazy. We want to go with something more like, you know, more common people will be swapping into their daily driver trucks. So we're not going to go too aggressive on the cam. Haven't quite decided which one yet. On the heads, we're just going to do these factory heads and port them. So we're not going to go wild on those either. Do the ported heads, do the cam, see how much power we gain overall with the heads cam headers. Probably throw an intake on it. I mean, we can get a hold of one of those and slap it on and just see what it picks up in general. I'm assuming, you know, it's really going to wake this engine up. It already feels like it's just immensely faster than the factory engine in here, probably somewhere around 80 to 100 horse more with this package already, and you really feel it when you get on the gas. Other things we've done, I mean, we did a bed liner, of course, nothing big there, but it looks clean. We did that. We want to be able to use this as a work truck a little bit around here, haul some stuff around. Yeah, that's where the project began. It kind of snowballed off into what you see here, which is not as much of a work truck as we thought it might be at the end of the day, and more of a you know, a show truck. Honestly, it's getting there. This thing's ultra clean. So it had 94,000 miles on it, I think, when we got it, and it's probably got about 94,200 on it now. So hasn't done a lot of driving. Let's take a look here at the interior. Real clean, original. We haven't done a whole lot in here. We did put a new head unit in there to give us the screen. We put a little JL sub behind the seat, give us a little knock in there. And yeah, it's fun to drive, fun to cruise. It really feels more like a car than a truck, as low as it sits now and as well as it handles. So from here on out, modification wise, on the suspension, we're gonna add an anti-roll bar in the rear. It's kind of wavy in the back. The front one will probably replace the factory one with something aftermarket to just give us that, you know, fully stiff feel. The truck feels stiff, but when you start hitting the corners, it starts swaying a little bit, you know. It wasn't meant to be a race car on the track, so kind of trying to get somewhere in between there. Okay, so I know what a lot of you are thinking when you see this. Drum brakes in the rear, really? We're definitely changing these out. It's one of the reasons we haven't changed the wheels yet. Of course, these look great on OBS's, and this is what came on the truck. But we want to go with something a little different, you know, something that, you know, people haven't seen on these trucks before. And first off, that's going to require changing the rear end, getting the disc brakes on so we can get all the spacing right on that. But we're probably going to do something aftermarket on it. I don't know. We haven't decided yet. We may go with something from Vossen or something like that. If you know, if you guys have any ideas, throw them in the comments. We'll read it and decide from there. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for stopping by and checking out the truck. If you guys want to see the full build breakdown on everything we did on this truck, it's on our YouTube channel, Texas Speed. Head over, check it out. We got it all in one category from start to finish. Everything we did on this thing. So we appreciate you guys coming by to check out the truck. If you guys have any questions or concerns, let us know on any of our social media. And thanks a lot. See you later.